All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Shalom, Mashiach, Yahushua, Kwam Nasha Allah, Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, this is the Most High's high holy day, Shabbat. As always, we recognize the Most High's high holy day, the Shabbat made in the creation. All right, more than likely the most principal high holy day that we have of the nation of Israel that the Most High gave. I worship the Most High on the Sabbath every Friday, sundown, Saturday, sundown. And this particular topic is concerning, conduct and behavior, because that's the main thing with Israel, with our people, is their behavior with the Most High and with each other. That's the reason why we're in the condition that we're in, our behavior. And it's very important, because if your behavior is not right, then how are you going to do what the Most High asks you to do as far as keeping His commandments? Your behavior got to be correct. It got to be in concert with what the Most High is asking us, how we're supposed to come together and assemble ourselves together in the spirit of truth, wisdom, and knowledge. So your behavior, your conduct, all that is important. And I think we miss that, because a brother can know history, he can know prophecies, he can know the law, statutes, commandments, but if you don't have the proper behavior and proper conduct, okay, to go with that, along with that, then you're missing it. You're missing what the Most High is asking of us. And that's why the Most High teaches us concerning civil laws, conduct laws, behavioral laws. All that's important, okay, as a nation. How do you conduct yourself as a brother or as a sister? How do you conduct yourself? How do you conduct yourself with one another? You see? So Israel on a whole, we conducted ourselves in wickedness against the Most High. So our conduct was off. So now the same thing with each other. That's why the scripture says, how do you love the Most High? Love the Most High with all your heart and all your soul, right? But love, the second commandment is what? Love thy brother also as thyself, come. So we missed that. One, we didn't love the Most High with all our heart and all our soul. And two, the Most High said, I'm going to divide you in Israel. I'm going to break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. I'm going to break that bond. And so that bond is going. Why? Because we broke the bond between us and the Most High. So when we broke that covenant and didn't keep His commandments, the Most High said, okay, well, the covenant you had with your brother, I'm going to break that. That's why He said it's going to be 5 in one house. What did He say? It's going to be 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Okay, and that's what you have. Judah is would be against Ephraim, Ephraim against Judah, and the rest of the 12 tribes. And ever since Solomon, we've been divided up, right? Up until now. We haven't been together since. As a nation, we haven't been together since. So conduct is very important. Yachanan, if you can get 2 Timothy 3:16 for me, and then we'll go from there. 2 Timothy 3:16. Because without proper conduct, you don't have nothing, man. Nothing. You don't have nothing as a nation either without proper conduct. Because and with proper conduct, everything comes underneath that, right? Proper communication, proper bond with your brother, right? How do you deal with your brother civilly, neighborly? See, proper conduct is important. So let's start off with that. 2 Timothy 3:16.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
So, Moses said all scripture. So if a brother says to you, forget what the scriptures say, or use a profanity and says, forget what the scriptures say, right? And let's just deal one-on-one. And if a man is bringing to you the Most High's word to repair, let's say a part in where you and the brother might have a disagreement, and the Bible is supposed to be used to repair that bond, then how are you going to say, forget that, F that, and let's not use what the scripture says? So that's off. You can't do that. That is off. That's why sometimes you got to practice humility. You got to let sometimes the spirit of truth and wisdom to come in there to repair a disagreement or a miscommunication or whatever. Come? So it's good for reproof. That's why sometimes you gotta be humble yourself, right? And the Most High said, I will exalt you. So you gotta humble yourself to receive what? Instruction, to receive the reproof. And that's the hardest thing for Israel, to receive reproof. The hardest thing. The Most High tried to reprove us and we didn't accept it. The Most High himself, Yahushua, tried to reprove us, we didn't accept it. Moses tried to reprove us, we didn't. The prophets tried to reprove it, we didn't accept it. Samuel tried to reprove, right, brothers. King Saul didn't accept it, right? And so on and so on. So when you don't accept reproof, that is what? That's wickedness. That's evil. That's the highest evil there is, man. Okay? So a lot of times we look at the condition that we're in now, and we try to blame other nations. We try to blame Esau, try to blame, Caucasians, whatever. But it's not so much them that got us in this condition. It's ourselves. Paul said, examine yourself whether you be in the truth or not. Are you in this or not? See? And so it's really Israel, it's our own fault we got ourselves in this condition. The Most High just used Esau as a tool to bring us down. But it's Israel. It's our own fault that we got ourselves in this condition. Because it's how we conduct ourselves with one another, with the Most High first, and then with one another. See, that's important. So it said. So the brother read reproof for what? For correction. Correction. Can you stand correction? And we're finding out, brothers, that a lot of brothers cannot stand correction. That's why you got brothers who go from camp to camp to camp. All this camp hopping ain't no good. All this going to different Israelite schools, that's no good. Because if you didn't correct yourself in one Israelite school, how you going to jump to another one, but you still refuse correction? So the same issue that you had in that one Israelite school is going to follow you. That same demon that's in you going to follow you from school to school to school. So be more willing to receive the correction. How is your father can't correct you? You in his household, he can't correct you. And you don't want to receive correction. So now how is it going to work out? Eventually, what's going to happen? If you don't never want to receive correction from your father, your earthly father, how is it going to work out in your father's household? He got to eventually do what? Kick your ass out of there. Kick you out. And what the Most High do? What's the Most High's house? Mount Zion, Israel, Jerusalem, correct? And what did he say with Israel? Since you didn't want to receive correction, Most High said, I'm going to kick them out in anger and in fury out of this house. And that's why he dispersed us out of Israel into all nations. And this is where we're at today. So the Most High kicked us out of his house. Just like a father would kick his own son out of his house, he don't want to receive correction. Or his own daughter. It's the same difference. And this is the problem that we go through. So for reproof, for correction, for instruction in what? In righteousness. A man don't want to receive instruction in righteousness. And then the first thing you say is, I can beat you up. I can fight you. Come on, that's off. And you can't fight nobody. You can't beat nobody up. That's just talk, running your mouth, rhetoric. You ain't beating this. The spirit ain't gonna allow you to beat nobody up. You're gonna lose. And the first thing you want to do is fight. That's way off, man. Okay, that's way off. First thing you want to do if your brother come with correction and righteousness with the scriptures and you want to throw up your hands to fight him, that's Satan right there. Then you way off, man. That's evil. See? So what's the Most High going to do? He's going to spew you out of his mouth. He's not going to deal with you. Now, in your mind, you may think, oh, brothers are wicked. No, they're not. It's the Most High is saying he don't want you. And then when brothers say, let's come to a council and let's deal with it, and we've had these experiences before with many brothers. And brothers say, well, I can't be part of that school no more. I can't be part of that council. I can't be part of that no more. That's the Most High. It's not the brothers is having you make that decision. That's the Most High having you make that decision because the Most High don't want you there. The Most High is casting you out. See? So we got to understand, where this is coming from. This is coming from your root in wickedness and madness. Also, get Colossians out. Is it 3 and 8? I believe it's 3 and 8 or 2 and 8. It's one of them. Where it says, don't let no man spoil you through philosophy. 3 and 8? 2 and 8, yeah. Read that for us, out. Colossians 2 and 8.
Book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Say it's vanity, vain deceit. That's why we got to be aware of brothers. Sometimes you may have 2 or 3 more brothers leave a camp or leave a school, and they talking madness. Well, what happened? What really happened? Well, one brother used a philosophy or vain deceit against that other brother, and the other brother, because he was weak-minded, not really in the faith, not really faithful, got convinced, and the other brother rooted him out with a vain deceit and philosophy. Well, that brother ain't no good. That brother don't have a license. He can't drive. He don't even know how to drive himself to the school. Can't do nothing. He ain't a good leader. He ain't this. He ain't that. See, and you with itchy ears listening to that. Let's have our own Passover. Let's have our own Purim. Let's do this. Let's do. See, vain deceit and philosophy, and you let that man root you right on out. Go ahead,
After the tradition of men.
See, traditions of man, man's idea. Well, I think this. Well, I think I'm not getting no respect. I think that, you brothers ain't right. I think that, you let this other brother come from another school and teach and all that. That's wrong to me. So, all that stuff. I understand? Traditions of man. What you think. And you're not examining your own self. Go ahead,
After the rudiments of the world.
After rudiments of the world. See, worldly rudiments. See? What you think, how the world applies to situations. No, this is spiritual. It's not worldly. It's not carnal.
That's right.
Okay, it's spiritual. It's of the divine spirit of the Most High. See? And we have to realize that we are we're in a different realm. When you come into the spirit of truth, you're in a different realm. The Most High is a spiritual being. Yahushua is a spiritual being. You're coming into a different realm. Them that worship the Most High must worship the Most High in what? In spirit and in truth.
That's right.
See? Not the rudiments of the world. Understand? Leave the world behind. Yeah, we in the world, and we got to deal with it. When you deal with the Most High's truth and wisdom and knowledge and understanding, it's spiritual. Understand? So how you conduct yourself as a spiritual man is very important. Go ahead,
And not after a Mashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, you don't want to F that Bible. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with what Yahushua is saying. F that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's fight. I can beat you up. That's not Yahushua, right? That's not Yahushua. When did Yahushua say, "Come on, man, let's take it outside. Let's Let's fight, man. Let's put up our dukes and let's fight it out. When do Yahushua do that up? See? And you're supposed to be an example of Hamashiach Yahushua. See? We always got to follow his example, and we're not doing that. See? But you're going to cast blame on everybody else except yourself. Was that it,
Verse 9.
Go ahead. Go ahead, then. Go ahead.
For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily.
Yes, in Yahushua do up all the fullness. So if Yahushua do up all the fullness of the Most High, okay, and Yahushua came as a man in this earth, and all the fullness dwelt in him, then Yahushua was the example. You want to know how to act? How to act in righteousness? See? How to act as a man? He said, the scripture says, when I was a child, I spake as a child. I did childish things. But when I became a man, so what is Paul saying? Paul saying, when I became a man like Yahushua, right? When I became a man in the full spirit of Hamashiach. This is what he's saying. Not a man in the world. I'm going to tell you, men in the world are not men in the full spirit of Hamashiach Yahushua. They're men, okay, in body, right? In the physical form, they're men, but not in the full spirit of Hamashiach Yahushua. So that's what Paul was saying when I became a man. So he did manly things. Understand? But only in Yahushua, not manly things out in the world, because there are no manly things out in the world. Everything is feminine now. Effeminate. Everything. Right? Everything is effeminate now. There's all high emotions, all these emotions and all that. Yeah, we're emotional, but our emotions got to be have spiritual, divine spirit, and coming from the spirit from on high, from the Most High. Because the Most High has emotions now, but you got to deal with them in discipline and in the spirit of Hamashiach Yahushua. Discipline. Not all over the place. Over talking a brother. You know what I'm saying? Don't give a brother a chance to say nothing. Just want to over talk a brother. You know? Effeminate, women do that a lot. Effeminate men do that a lot. See? Men out in the world do that a lot. Okay? Was that it? Go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay. And then 1 Timothy 3 and 12. 4 and 12. I'm sorry. 1 Timothy 4 and 12.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believer.
Be what?
Be thou an example of the believers.
Be what?
Be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
Yeah, see? Be an example. So are we an example? So that's why you got to check yourself. This is what Israel needs, though. See? Because we have the understanding of the truth now. We have the understanding that we're Hebrew Israelites. That's all over the world now, right? Even Putin put that out. Most I can use anybody to put the truth now, right? He used Kanye West. He used Kyrie Irving. He used Mari Stoudemire. He used a lot of brothers, right? Out in the world. And Vladimir Putin said, look, I got these icons over here. Let me just throw it out there. Let me put it out there. So the truth can be put out by whoever the Most High wanted to be put out by, right? He said in the last day, he said, even women shall prophesy. Didn't he say that? And children shall dream dreams. But that's why you got to be careful who's putting it out. That's why you got to listen to them. Sometimes it can be Satan too. But I'm saying the Most High can use women. He can use children. He can use anybody. He can use Putin and over there in Russia, right? He can use anybody he wants. See? So, but he said, but what did he say? The prophets shall come forth last. The true apostles and prophets shall come forth last, right? And those are going to be Israelites, come. So what the Most High is showing us here, we have to be more of an example of a Mashiach Yahushua. See? And Yahushua he didn't want to fight and put up his dukes as soon as you disagreed with him. That's not what Yahushua did. Okay? Because the scripture says in counsel, the multitude of counsel, there's what?
Safety.
So you're safe. So if brothers are saying, this is what you did, brother, you did this, you did that, but that's safety. The problem is now you can't accept it. You can't receive it. You can't take it. Because you think, well, I can't do no wrong. You're not treating me like a brother. No, a brother would treat you that way. A brother's going to bring out what you did. Understand? But you don't immediately run. Now you run all that. Now you out the truth. Now you out there. Now you out there. Now Satan said, I got him now. Right? I got him now. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something real quick, Elder? It's like brothers got a gang mentality. When you in a gang, a brother encourage you to do the wrong instead of rebuke you for doing the wrong stuff. So you can't come into this truth and have the same gang mentality that you had out in the world. And we gonna rebuke you and we're gonna provoke you to a righteous act when we doing this thing here. We're not gonna let you stay in your folly.
Right.
I mean, when you got that gang mentality, we're gonna encourage you to stay in your folly.
Right. The same thing a father would do, right? Would a father let you stay in that old negative attitude that you got? No, he's going to try to rebuke you and sit you down and talk to you. And that's a counsel too. A father and son, when a father and son talk, that's a counsel. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, that's a counsel. And he's trying to say, son, you can't do it like that. And the son may say, but why, Dad? Because, son, I have the experience. I know better. And then the scriptures say this, son. See? That's a counsel. Understand? But if you reject that, now what's the father to do now? Huh? Right, Yaakov? What's the father to do now? Huh? His son keeps rejecting. What's the Most High say in the scriptures? If you got a stubborn child, bring them to the gate and let them stone to death. That's after repeated times. Probably many times of you trying to correct him. And he isn't going to receive correction. Stone to death. So what can a father do, right? You're not going to let him stay in your household. What do you expect the Most High to do when he kicked Israel out of the land? What do you expect the Most High to do? Let us just stay there? You know what I'm saying? And corrupt the whole land, corrupt his house? No. Get out of here. See? But now, it's on where we at now, at this point in our captivity and dispersed throughout the nations, the Most High is doing it spiritually. He said, what, I'm going to only bring 2 of a family, 1 out of a city, right? 1 by 1. Some brothers are not going to make it. So that's why you have some brothers, they're coming into the truth, but they land on stony ground, They land on a thorn, Or when riches or whatever comes up, you know what I'm saying? The word choked them, right? And they have no foundation, right? Some brothers are richer than others, and they come to the truth and they have riches or whatever, and they have, a good standing out in the world. But then when they realize in the truth, it ain't like that, because the Most High said, I'm going to redeem you without money. You know what I'm saying? And you got to find out, you got to work hard. You got to work every day. And you know what I'm saying? And you're only making, just enough to survive. Well, that's the Most High. He want it like that for now. And then brothers, they have a hard time. Next thing you know, they're missing classes. They're missing in action. You can't find them. You call them. They're going fishing on the Sabbath, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On the Sabbath, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Where you at, But that's the way it is. But that's the spirit of Yahushua. Remember, Yahushua had 70 disciples, right? And the 70 disciples had spiritual power. They were able to cast out demons and everything. And what happened? They left Yahushua. They left Yahushua. Yahushua said, with the Most High, nothing impossible. It's impossible with man, but with the Most High, nothing's impossible. The 70 looked at him and they were gone. Yahushua said, where you at? He turned to the 12 and said, what, are you going to leave me also? I'm out here by myself. You going to leave me now? Right? So this is what you have. And the last days is going to be like that. Where are the laborers at? Where the laborers at? It's not too many, man. Not too many laborers in this truth. Okay, so read that. Go ahead, Doc. Continue on. So, you're 13, right?
Yeah. Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine.
The true doctrine. That's what it means. Doctrine, the truth. Exhortation meaning teach. See why the brothers have the academy now, right? Because our job is to teach brothers coming up now. Cool. New brothers that come to the truth, our job is to teach you. So that now you come up and you begin to teach, and you're going to teach new brothers coming in. So you keep that going. Okay, you keep the teaching going and keep brothers coming into the truth going. Because some brothers get older in this truth, and then you got brothers who got to come up after them. They start teaching, and then brothers through them, through the spirit and truth of the Most High, they bring in fruit. Understand? And that's how you keep it going. Exhortation, keep teaching. See? And that's why the laborers are few, man. It's not too many brothers that are willing to do that. But the Most High said, he said to Elijah, he said, Elijah thought he was the only one left, only prophet left, right? Only prophet left. And Moses said, no, Elijah, you're not the only one left. Yeah. Jezebel killed the prophets and all that, right? And Elijah fled into a cave. Thought he was the only prophet left. And Elijah said, Moses, I'm the only one left. Moses said, no, Elijah, I got 7,000 that haven't bowed the knee. Right? They're out there. They're out there. So some of you young brothers that are coming up in the truth, you are some of these prophets. Okay? But you got to come in and you got to receive instruction. You got to be taught. Ain't nobody going to come in this and start at the top. Who starts at the top of a thing? David was a little shepherd boy. Did he start at the top? No, he had to be trained in King Saul's army. He had to be trained. And then he had to be trained as a military commander in King Saul's army. Nobody starts at the top, man. Nobody. Even when, because in Israel, we were more like a monarchy, right? So as a monarchy, sometimes if the king died in battle or whatever, the son would be next in line. Some of these sons were like, what, 8, 9, 10 years old. They were king. So yeah, they were king, but guess who ran the nation while they were taught and tutored? The priests. Right? The judges, the officers, they ran it until the young man grew up and he was more mature to run it. So nobody starts at the top, man. Nobody. Right? And yeah, you might be an elder in age, but you're new in the truth. So you still got to start at the bottom. I don't care if you're a Hollywood actor, you're LeBron James. I don't care who you are. You see, LeBron's on the run now, wherever he's at. They say, well, I don't know what happened to LeBron, but they say he's missing a few games, right? It doesn't matter who you are. You're one of those top comedians out in the world. No, you're one of those top comedians, those top actors of Israel, black man, and you come into this truth, you got to start at the bottom, like everybody else. Okay? Most I don't care who you are. You don't care about your fame. Your fame don't cut it. Because that's worldly fame. Okay? Go ahead up. 14th verse.
Come. Neglect not the gift that is in there.
What's in you? What kind of gift you have? Everybody got a spiritual gift. Everybody. From a 1-year-old baby to a 100-year-old man. Everybody got a spiritual gift. And everybody's gift is not the same. So that's why it behooves Israel to come together and assemble ourselves together. Because why? That's strength. Because everybody's gift does what benefits the nation as a whole. Sure. Everybody's gift. I don't have your gift, so I can't do what Yakin can do, what Gamari can do. I can't teach like them. I can't do none of the same thing they can do. See? That's why we need each other. So for a brother to run away, you know what I'm saying, from the council of the Most High, we had brothers that ran away from a 20-man council one time. 20 said the spirit of Yahweh Shai got to be in one of those 20 men. But Yahushua said, well, only 2 or 3 are gathered in his name.
Yeah, that's a lot of safety.
So when you got that's a lot of safety. So where you running from? Brother ain't been the same since. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been the same since. So you can't run from the spirit of truth and wisdom and knowledge. So don't neglect the gift that's in these brothers. And don't look at the faults in brothers. Always look at the gifts and the true talents. Some brothers looking at, well, you ain't got a license. You can't drive. So come on, give me a break. How low is that? Come on. How low is that? Barak, your daughter. Come on. You ain't looking at the gifts in man. Look at what the Most High, the spiritual talents the Most High gave them. Not that there's little faults here and there. Everybody got faults, right? And when those faults become too prevalent, and that's when what? The spirit of counsel and truth in Yahushua, you come and you correct them.
Cool.
Come on, man. Go ahead, Up.
Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of hands of presbytery.
Yeah, that means priest. Presbytery means laying on the hands of the priests. Okay, and now who's the top priest now? Hamashiach Yahushua, Khan. So who gave you that gift of prophecy? Yahushua. Because you know ain't no man out here in the world gave it to you, right? So we know now it's Yahushua. Back then in ancient Israel, the priest would lay the hands, right? Didn't Samuel bless David and anoint David? Right? Samuel anointed King Saul, and King Saul ended up being wicked, but he anointed him because that was his job. And so on and so forth, right? So today you are anointed by Yahushua. And so don't look at the man who's teaching the word. Look at it that it's Hamashiach Yahushua. If you got a problem, somebody teaching you the scriptures, what do? You go to Yahushua and say, Yahushua. That's why prayer is important. Yahushua, was that true that brother taught? That's what I did when I first came in truth. On 34th Street in Manhattan, New York, brother, teaching truth. I went to the Most High. I said, was that true what they were teaching? I had to ask Yahushua. I said, wait a minute. I never heard this before. Then Yahushua would show you directly. Then so you can be convinced in your own spirit. So you won't say, well, that brother, I'm going to follow that brother. Next thing you know, you're idolizing that brother. No, it's Yahushua. So the spirit of truth is in that brother by Yahushua, by the Most High and Yahushua in that brother. That's why the scripture says the spirit of truth, the inspiration of the truth came not by the will of man, right? Not by the will of man, but by what? Holy men, right? As they were inspired by the spirit of truth. And then they wrote down what the scriptures say. Yeah, but brother, you see the world say, oh, man wrote the Bible. Man didn't write the Bible. See? That's why you got to read the scriptures. What did he tell Ezra? Ezra, go in a quiet place and take your men with you and write down what I showed you. Ezra came out, wrote over 200-something books. You going to say that was Ezra by himself? No, that was the Most High. See? Moses wants you to write these 5 books. And it ended up being what? The Pentateuch, right? It ended up being the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Go ahead.
People that say that the book was wrote by men.
Yeah.
There's not a literature in the world that you've read that wasn't physically
written by man, right?
But the difference in the Bible is it was the Most High giving the words to Hebrew.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're going to turn around. They're going to believe something written
somewhere.
Matter of fact, the idea that the book was written by men was probably something written by man.
By man, anyway. How about that?
And just lay me back over that. You don't want to keep the laws that's written in the Most High's manual, which is the Bible, but you want to keep the laws written by man so that you don't break the physical laws out in the country so you don't go to jail.
Right. Right.
That's the only way to make sure any message doesn't change by being passed on as it be written down.
Yeah.
Anything passed by word of mouth. It
ain't gonna last.
They
right.
did exercises where you whisper something in the next person's ear. Then go to
the 10th person down.
By the 10th person down, the whole message doesn't change.
It's changed. So that's why the Most High says do everything by writing. In the book of life. Okay, and not everybody's written in that book of life. And the angels write everything down, whether your deeds are good or whether they Con? Right. So it has to be written down. So don't neglect the gift that's in you. Don't neglect. As a commandment, we're supposed to now correct ourselves, whatever false it is, and correct ourselves. Especially those knick-knack faults, those little things that don't matter. You're string at a gnat and
Well, then,
yeah.
you briefly said, let your conversation.
Stop that. Because you're going to lack in the Most High. Having resources, okay, not having the things that you desire. Okay, that's the condition that we're in. Help you maintain yourself, but other than that,
An example, it's making you an example.
Exactly.
It's actually putting you on a higher.
To your lack. Right, exactly. How you gonna respond to it? Because if you respond to it in a negative fashion, see, and the Most High is long. Sometimes we respond to it not in the right way, but the Most High is long suffering. But if you're gonna curse out the scriptures, you're gonna curse out what the scriptures, you're gonna curse out brothers and accuse brothers. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, Yahushua gonna say, well, that's a fruit that I don't need. He said, you know them by their fruits. That's what he said, right? You're going to know them by their fruits. That's one. Remember the fig tree? And the fig tree, Yahushua tried to repair it, but he said, and the disciples came back to it later on and said, Yahushua, the fig tree just totally died. He said, yeah, you're going to know them by their fruit. And the fig tree totally died. And you got some brothers who do what? They come in this truth and they totally die out. Right? After a certain length of time, they totally die out. They don't last. And this is part of what we're dealing with, right? Go ahead, Yakanan. Is it 15?
Yeah. Meditate on these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Right. How about that? Take heed to thyself. See? So what does that mean? Well, Paul said it again. Examine yourself. That's what I mean, take heed. See, look at what you're doing. See, because, we make mistakes because we're fleshly. So we're in this thing. And some of us been in a long time. And the world is negative. The longer you in, the more you become a target, from Satan, right?
Cool.
When you first come in, you're not gonna feel it as much. That's why Yahushua told John, he said, John, take the book. And Mosai told Ezekiel, take this book, take this scroll. It's gonna be in your mouth as what? It's honey. Wasn't it sweet when you first came in? Now what? Now what? You're like, wait a minute now. I didn't know. Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? Right? It's bitter now. Very bitter. You ever taste bitter herbs? Okay, it's very bitter. See? So take heed unto thyself. Okay? And then Yochanan read it. And unto the doctrine, mean the truth, the words of wisdom, knowledge, instruction, right? Okay? Continue in them, see? So is the brother continuing in them? No. You got brothers that are leaving this thing, they've been in for a year or two, gone. Continue in it. See? It does make it hard sometimes, but continue in it. You are going to make some mistakes, but continue in it. Understand? Brothers going to reprove you. You may feel ashamed, embarrassed at times, right? But what? Continue in it. Don't tell me David wasn't embarrassed when that happened with him, with Bathsheba, right? Well, that was an embarrassment, wasn't it? Read the Psalms. David said, my friends, my common friends, they don't want to talk to me no more. They talk to me from afar. He said even his equals don't want to deal with him no more. David to flee into a cave, from the throne to a cave. Can you do that? Understand? So that was an embarrassment. Then his own family, his own sons went against him and everything. Rape. One of them had rape charges. You know what I'm saying? Another one went after the throne. Wasn't ordained to go for the throne, but he went after it anyway. Right? And so on and so forth, man. His son got killed. Mosai took him. And total embarrassment. But David continued on praying, right? Continue on. The Mosai said, okay, David, you're my beloved. Even after all that, the Mosai said, David, you are my beloved. You're my beloved. So he brought him back to the throne. See? Because he continued on having faith in the Most High, even though he screwed up. That was the difference between King Saul and David. King Saul stayed in his negative, right? He stayed in his negative.
Oh.
He stayed in his rebellion. He didn't try to change and didn't humble himself. And there was no humility there. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Proverbs 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
Wise counsel, right? See? So that means what? We're dealing with men that are not dealing with wise counsel. They're in the flesh, they're still worldly, but they're not coming up on that next level of being able to deal with wise counsel. See? Because you got to be able to take reproof, and you got to take it from men who are your peers or like your equal. And some of these men didn't attain as much in the world as you have. Some brothers look down on men like that. Think about it. They got a nice house, 2 or 3 cars in the garage, and here you walking around, you ain't got no license or nothing. You're going to tell this brother what the scriptures say? Some brothers can't deal with that, right? Think about that. They look down on brothers like that. Yeah? Understand? That's why it's easier for your house to deal with a poor man, a man coming from the streets, right? Right? We've seen brothers come out of prison, huh? And these brothers were dope dealers. They were drug addicts, or maybe even committed murder. And Yahushua said, well, that's who I want. I want a murderer. I want a drug dealer. I want somebody been in prison for 10 years. Some of these brothers anyway, right?
Cool.
And bring them out and raise them up. I want a beggar off the streets. That's who Yahushua want. who's a beggar, man. Give me somebody who's been begging out in the street for a while. They know what it's like. No, Yahushua don't want no religious man. He don't want a Christian. He don't want a Jehovah's Witness. He don't want a Muslim. He may bring a few of them out of that, but not too many of them, right? The real ones are the ones who ain't. It's hard for you to deal. You dealt with religious people. It's hard for you to deal with them. That's in the truth. You in the truth, and you try to deal with a religious man. It's hard, man. That religion got him. Got him. Hook, line, and sinker got him. You know what I'm saying? But then, as opposed to dealing with somebody who's just out in the street, isn't it easy? They listening to you, aren't they? They may not come in right away, but they sit there and just listen. It's a difference, man. That Christian man, they gonna try to come at you and try to, try to pull scriptures and try to show that you off. You know what I'm saying? Right? That's why I said, don't cast your pearls before swine. Yeah, Christianity is nothing but swine, huh? Christianity is swine. I tell you, pork. Christianity is pork. That's what Christianity is. Yeah, look at it, it's like eating pork, isn't it? It's pork, man. It's poison. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta run away from it. Get away from it as far as possible. Okay, and that was it on that one, Yachanan. And then First Timothy 4. Now go back up to the first verse, 1 Timothy 4:1.
Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1.
Yeah.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressively that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith.
They're going to depart from the faith. There you go. Now, what does that mean? That they're in the faith, but what? They're going to leave. So how you say, well, the Christians depart from the faith? No, the Christians were never in the faith. They were never in it. These are ones who are in it, and they departed. Con? And this is what we have. And we just witnessed it, right? This is what you have. Go ahead.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressively that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
And so what is it?
Seducing spirits.
A demon. What is a seducing spirit? A demonic spirit. Con? That's all it is. Those running around. When you say forget the Bible, F that, I can fight you, I can beat you too. What is that? Who is that? Yahushua talking to that brother? No. That's a seducing spirit. Come. Not to say he can't be delivered from that. Yahushua is long suffering. But that's what that is. At that moment, that's what that is. Come. At that moment, that's what that is. A seducing spirit. And it got him. That's why you got to always be careful your conversation, what you say to a brother. Yahushua looks at that. Said the tongue is the most what? Unruly evil. It starts wars, doesn't it? And our old brother was talking to him over the phone. Wasn't in his face. It was over the phone. But I'll fight you. I can even beat you. I went over the phone. Come on. See? Giving heed to seducing spirits. And these are brothers that are in the truth and gave themselves over to these demonic forces. Okay, go ahead up.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits.
Are we in the last days? Con. We're in the latter times, Doc. Okay? We're in the latter times. Look at what's coming in 2025. They say Project 2025 is coming. And let me tell you something. When you read in Revelation about that fourth horse. No, it's the third. It's the third horse. The third horse. When you read in Revelation 6 about the black horse, it represents famine. Well, that's coming. And do you know it's not going to be a famine of what? Lack of food. It's a famine of what? A lack of the word. And also, it can be food too, but a lack of what? The retention of food. There's food out there, but what is the elite going to do? They're going to hold the food, and those who don't have what? The chip, the mark of the beast, won't be able to do what? Buy or sell the food. So that's how the famine is going to come. Con? That's why the black horse was holding the what? What was he holding? The scales. See? I sell you a barley for a penny. Right? And the wheat for 2 pennies, right? Price gouging. In other words, they're going to make it hard for you to buy food. That's where the famine's going. Famine's not going to be come in because there's going to be a lack of food out there. There's going to be food because Esau's going to retain the food and hold it. Okay? So this is the problem that we have now. Brothers are giving heed to seducing spirits, and those spirits are active. Right? There's a multitude of them out there, right? The spirits are active. And they're ready because soon as jealousy and envy, brother, you can't lead. I'm not getting no respect. You're not a leader. What did those seducing spirits do when you start to think like that? They multiplied or magnified in your mind. I don't get no respect. See? Magnifying it. And as soon as you try to show him, the scriptures, what the Most High is saying, no, brother, you ain't respecting me. See? You say, I ain't getting no respect from the elders. I ain't getting no respect from the captain. I ain't getting no respect from nobody. See? But, brother, this is what you did. You did this, you did that, you did that. Look at yourself. Cool. Don't want to look at himself. Never says, something, I made a mistake. There's something, you're right, brother. I'll take that. I made that mistake. That's why Yahshua says, suffer for wrongdoing. Suffer. Even if you didn't do it, suffer it. But when you have 2 or 3 or more witnesses telling you, then, they're not wrong. Come. Yeah, the whole camp out there in New York, they weren't wrong. Everybody ain't wrong. Come on, give me a break, right? How's everybody wrong? Okay? So, but don't want to suffer it, don't want to accept, receive the instruction. Seducing spirit, right? Go ahead, up.
Doctrines of devils.
That's what it is. Doctrine of the devil. See? That brother can't lead, but I'm an elder too. They've been in the truth 2-3 years. I'm an elder too. Yeah, you're an elder in age. But you're just coming in. You still need some. And I'm going to tell you, elders can do wrong things, right? Why can't elders receive instructions? Oh, okay, you're an elder, but you're still wrong. Right? You're still wrong. Go ahead, up.
Speaking lies in hypocrisy.
A hypocrite. Well, brother, you had this issue with your wife. You got to go on suspension. Okay, brother, you're right. I did that. I'll do it. And brother did it, right? Other brothers did it. When you said they were wrong and they had to go to council and, suffer suspension. Now when it comes to you, you don't want to do it. You don't want to come to council and do it. You don't want to hear reproof. See, that's Israel. That's our problem. The Most High tried to reprove us, and we don't want to hear the Most High. That's why the Most High told Moses, said, Moses, stand back. I can raise up these rocks. They'll listen to me better than Israel. And Moses said, what am I? I'm part of Israel, Most High. Wait a minute. Hold up, Most High. Don't destroy them. Because if you destroy them, the other nations are going to know you only brought them out there in the wilderness to destroy them. Most High said, something, Moses, you're right. First time Most High listened to a man, from when I read the scriptures, right? He listened to Moses and said, I won't destroy them right now. But I'm a bring destruction upon them. The wicked ones, I'm going to put them to death. And Israel, being stubborn, got put to death in the wilderness. Same thing going to happen these days. You're going to bring us to the wilderness again, and you're going to have these same Negroes go out to the wilderness and be put to death because they're going to be stubborn, giving heed to seducing spirits, not want to listen don't want to accept instruction, don't want to now abide by the new covenant, because the new covenant is coming, right? They didn't accept the old covenant, and now won't accept the new covenant. Well, what are you going to do with a Negro like that? Let him go. Sometimes we got to learn to what? Let them go, right? Sometimes, that's why Most High told Samuel, let Saul go. Didn't the Most High tell Samuel that? Samuel cried for him, pitied him. Most High said, Samuel, if I don't want him, why you want him? Right? Sometimes you got to let him go. Go ahead, Doc. Speaking lies
and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Yeah, some brothers have a conscience, and their conscience is worldly, carnal. So it's seared with a hot iron. And so they're thinking emotional, not spiritual. A spiritual, humble brother would say, okay, I'll come to counsel, I'll listen. See? And when you do that, the Most High can receive you back, right?
We're
going to receive you back. The Most High receive us back, then we as brethren going to receive a brother back if he fall off or whatever. And make a mistake. We're going to receive him back because that's Yahushua. That's what Yahushua want.
But if you have an iron and you stay in your clothes, that's a hard stain to get up out your clothes. You know what I mean? When somebody's conscience is seared like that, that's a real hard stain to get up. You might not even get that stain up out. That's worse than that.
Exactly.
Burn your clothes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, some brothers have burnt their bridges, and that's it. See, because we in the flesh, so all we see is, okay, let's try to get this brother back. Okay, let's have a council. Okay, and we're trying. But sometimes Yahushua knows spiritually, I don't want that brother, right? But we trying, right? But Yahushua already knows, I don't want him. See? That's why sometimes after a while, you just got to let it go. See? You got to let it go. And then move on. And then if Yahushua, with Yahushua's long suffering, you might bring him back later on. That might happen. See? So we got to remember, Yahushua give the increase. See? Because if you watering and you got a farm and you plant seed and you watering, you don't sit there with a patch of grass that ain't growing or nothing's happening or the seed ain't growing. You don't just sit there all day, do you? No, you go on to the next. You just keep going, right? You watered it, but it's not too much you can do. It just ain't happening, right? You go on to the rest of it.
Till the rest of the garden.
Yeah, you till the rest of the garden. That's where it's got to go, huh? Yeah, go ahead, Doc. You're reading to the third verse.
Okay,
yeah.
Forbidden to marry and commanding to abstain from meats, which Yahweh hath created to be perceived with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth.
Right. See, so you got, in other words, they're worldly, correct? In their mind, you're supposed to deal with me as the world. No, this is spiritual, correct?
Cool.
So you got brothers forbidding to marry. The Most High didn't say forbid to marry, right? Well, brother, you married, you off. No, he didn't say that, right? Abstaining from meat. So the Most High said don't eat meat. But you got these brothers around, I don't eat meat, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm more spiritual than you. I don't eat meat. No. Most High didn't say that. You can eat meat. You just got to be careful what you eat these days, right? Just be careful what you eat these days. So in other words, you can't bring a carnal emotion, persona into the realm of the truth. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. And some brothers are doing that, and they can't figure it out. How come it don't work? And I'm amongst these brothers. They poorer than me. They don't have as much as me. You know what I'm saying? They don't have what I have, but yet they're going to try to tell me, yes. See? Go ahead, Doc. That was it on that, right?
Okay.
That was it on that. And now you're going to go to 2 Timothy 2, 1, and to the 4th verse.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, 1 to 4. Thou, therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is Hamashiach Yahushua.
Be strong. See, Said, be strong, because why is he saying be strong? Because he knows sometimes we're going to get weak. Right? Yahushua already knows. You don't think Yahushua felt weakness? Yes. But he stayed what? Strong. Because Yahushua was in the flesh, so he felt it. He knows what we're going to go through. Again, Yahushua said, yeah, you shall go through it. Yeah, you shall go through this. So be strong. Go ahead.
Be strong in the grace that is Mashiach Yahushua.
See, we have grace. So how can the brother not want reproof and counsel? He says, Yahushua said, you have grace. So you should be willing to admit, okay, I messed up, I made a mistake. That's grace. That's where grace come in. Taking accountability of your actions, right? And then change for the better, right? Because why? You have grace. This is what Yahushua want to see. Nah, brother, being pig-headed, stubborn. Well, I don't think I did anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? What do those brothers know? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Go ahead, Doc.
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
Right. So even Paul said, "What I was an example." Even Paul said he was an example. He said, "What you seen me do, teach other men too, so that other men can be risen up." Because Paul got that from Yahushua. Paul was an example of Mashiach Yahushua. So that's what we're trying to do here. But again, it takes laborers, participation. That's why the gathering of this nation is going to take a participation from true, faithful brothers. A lot of our people are not going to make it. And they're in the truth. That's the thing about it. Said those that say, Lord, Lord, and do not what I say. But Lord, I was in the streets teaching the truth. Right? And what Yahushua say? I don't even know you. Ain't that a hard thing? It's going to manifest itself in these last days. It will manifest itself because Yahushua already said it's going to happen. See? You got to remember, the scriptures is first talking to brothers who are in the truth, right? First talking to you that are in. Then it extends itself to all people that are out there in the world. Come?
Come.
Go ahead, up.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of a Mashiach Yahushua.
Endure it, man. Hell's wrong with you? I have to endure it. You got to endure it. Everybody got to endure it. Yahushua had to endure it too, right? So you got who are you? You don't have to endure it. See, brothers think that's why Scripture says we can get that. Y'all can have a man think himself to be something. When you ain't nothing, you deceive your own self. Deceiving yourself, man. That's what a lot of us do. See, Moses said, "If a prophet be deceived, I, the Lord, deceive that prophet." Right?
Want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
The book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 2. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Mashiach Yahushua. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another.
Right.
For every man shall bear his own burden.
That's right. You're going to bear your own burden. So how do you prove your own work? Humility. See, humbling yourself. Being able to receive instruction is also part of that proof, right? How you going to prove yourself to the Most High? I'm telling the Most High got to try you, don't he? I've been tried many times, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have been tried. That thing Gambar has been tried. We all have been tried on a certain level. But Yahushua knows what you could take and what you can't take, right? But he still tries you. He tries you on a level on knowing where you are and what you could take. There's no temptation that the Most High would tempt you that you can't overcome. Come? So why would the brother think it's so hard to come to counsel? That's not a hard thing. That's safety. You could overcome that. See what I'm saying? But he thought himself to be more than what he is. I'm an elder too. No, you're not. Because the elder wouldn't act that way. Elder wouldn't act that way. I'm sorry. The elder wouldn't act that way. True elder in the spirit wouldn't act that way. Even Christian elders, some of them don't act that way. I'm sorry. Even Christian elders out in the world don't act that way. I'm sorry, right? They don't act that way.
Not even just to be an elder, but somebody that's a soldier with humility.
Right.
They gonna act like that. You gonna come and humble yourself before your brother because you're gonna try to gain your brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the point. You rebuking your brother so that you can gain your brother, so that you can reconcile yourselves back together. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what this is about. And that's the Most High proving us. The Most High got to prove Israel how we gonna conduct ourselves with one another. It's not, Esau has nothing to do with that, right?
Cool.
This is about us. It's about Israel. Because Esau's prophecy, what's going to happen to Esau is already written. That's why I don't even pray against Esau no more. Come on, say, wait a minute, how should I got that covered? Yeah. What do I pray for? Brotherhood. Cool. How to come together, assemble ourselves together. How do I conduct myself with my brother? That's what I pray, and my family, right? That's what I pray for. I didn't pray again because Yahushua already got that. That's done deal. So Esau ain't the problem, it's us. And you can see our people out there in the world, most even got rappers bring out the truth. Putin bring out the truth. Women bring out the truth. Everybody bring the truth now. Edomites now. You see, what I see in the Bible where it says the black man are the real Jews. They're telling you, right? Our people still ain't waking up. Right? You should have thousands and thousands of our people now waking up. Our people are still out there out in the world trying to make it out in the world. Instead of coming into where could I get the truth at? Calling brothers up, hey, you know the truth? Looking on maybe online, what school in my city, wherever I'm at, who got the truth? No, you don't have that. There's no sense of urgency for the truth, is there? No. But the truth is everywhere, isn't it? See? That's why the Most High said, you're going to be known, but not known. Didn't he say that? See? The truth is everywhere, but almost nowhere, right? See? But our people are not waking up because they're still worldly. Go ahead, Doc. You finished that one?
Yeah.
That you just read? Yeah. So if a man think himself to be something when he's nothing, he deceive himself. And some brothers are doing that. And go back to 2 Timothy, and I think are you in the third verse? 2 and 3, I mean? Yeah.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Mashiach Yahushua. No man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
You're a soldier. See? That's why I think Yahushua using the term soldier. You're a military man. See? You got to deal with this like you in a military formation, like you in the military. You are. That's why we call the schools what? Camps. We use military terms, troops. Understand? You're a soldier. And a soldier is what? A servant of the Most High. The angels are soldiers. Yahushua is a soldier. Yahushua said, I'm a man of war. He told Joshua, I'm a captain in this host. I'm the captain and the commander, right? This is what Yahushua told Joshua now. Come? So we're soldiers. So think of yourself because you're in a military spiritual warfare, aren't you? That's what you're in. It's now spiritual warfare. That's why the weapons of our warfare are what?
Not carnal.
They're not carnal. And some of us let that carnal mentality come right in and swoop them away. And now Satan got you right back out in the world before you know it. Before you know it, you're like, Because you think you're free, right? You think you're free. And in your mind, you think, well, I still know I'm an Israelite. That doesn't mean nothing. The fact that you know you're Israelite, does that mean anything? Didn't we know we're Israelites in ancient Israel? Didn't we still get kicked out? We still got kicked out. Didn't we know we were the real Jews in 70 AD? What happened? Most of us still had the Romans coming in and kick us out. We still knew. So knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite does not mean nothing to the Most High. Does not mean nothing. See? And most of us say, he that hath, it shall be taken away, even that which he hath. So you have the truth, the Most High. Next thing you know, you out there talking about the Sabbath is on Monday. We've seen that. Blood's been in the truth over 20 years. Next thing you know, they talking about the Sabbath is on Monday. Where'd they get that from? They had the truth, and then all of a sudden something happened, and now they holding the sign up talking about the Sabbath is on Monday. We've had that before. We've had brothers been in the truth and spoke Yahweh Bar Sham Yahweh Shai. A few years later, they're talking about who's this Yahweh Shai cat. All of a sudden, the Old Testament Hebrew Israelites. How'd that happen? How'd you go from Yahweh Shai to you don't know who Yahweh Shai is? See? And seducing spirits, man, it gets you. See? So you got this is a carnal, is a spiritual warfare, and you're dealing with carnal emotions, mundane principalities. It's going to try to take you out. And that's what they're doing. They're taking brothers out. Well, I'm better than you. I don't get no respect. So as soon as you think you don't get no respect and all that, Satan magnifies that in your mind, and you start thinking, Satan put those feelings, you go all about your feelings, right? And then there you go. Got you. Right? Go ahead, up.
And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully?
How do you master this? Aren't we striving to be masters at it? Yeah, rehearsing the righteous acts, the law, statutes, commandments. And how do you conduct yourself with your brother? How do you master that? So what does Yahweh Shai want more? That you master that we rule the dark ages better or more than you master how you conduct yourself with your brother? What do you think Yahweh Shai really wants you to do? You got brothers that know nothing about the dark ages, don't know nothing about certain histories, and you know it all. But that brother has more faith than you. Who's Yahweh Shai really going to deal with? The one with the more faith. Because some brothers only have a certain talent for certain things. So they may not master certain things. But he does master his own body and his faith in Yahweh Shai. He does master that. That's what Yahweh Shai is looking for. He's not looking for, the dark ages. They don't care about that. And plus, in the dark age, we were wicked as hell. Right? We were wicked as hell in the dark ages. Read it. We ruled it, but we were wicked. Constantine was the wickedest brother. I'm sorry, he's the wickedest brother. You talk about Christmas, what they're about to celebrate. Constantine brought forth Christmas. He brought forth Christmas in the Christian ideology. Of course, it came from ancient Babylon, but he brought it forth, the understanding of it in the Christian ideology, the religious ideology of Christmas. Gun? Sunday worship Constantine. So you go to church on Sunday now, people. Constantine. Wicked as hell. And we think you know all about that and how great that was. Okay, now, yeah, the Byzantine Empire, yeah. Okay. We ruled it, but it wasn't so great in terms of righteousness. So the Most High don't care about that. He care how you conduct yourself with your brother. That's the main focal point. What Yahweh Shai, that's why Yahweh Shai said, bow yourself down and wash one another's feet. Can you wash another brother's feet? And he don't mean literally, mean do it spiritually, right? If a brother need to go extra mile, go to his house. Especially if you got 2 or 3 cars and you live 5 minutes away. You live in a big house. You got 2 cars. Yeah, brother, I can't make it. I can't help you. I can't, you know. So I was telling y'all, when I had cars, I had all kinds of cars. They were all used, but when I was coming to the truth, I always use my cars for the truth. Okay, you can ask Ash, you can ask Ben, you can ask brothers. Always use my cars for the truth. Take brothers to camp. Brothers will load my car with the camp equipment. You use it for the truth's sake. Brothers had to go extra mile, had to go home or whatever. You take them there. I always did that. See? That's what the Most High want to see. You don't care how you living up in your, nice house and all that stuff. Most High makes some men richer, makes some men poor.
Yeah.
And he asked the rich man, and the rich man said, Yahushua, I did everything. I give tithes, but he was rich. Yahushua said, you haven't done everything. Sell all that you have and give to the poor and come and follow me. Couldn't do it. That's spiritual, right?
He said, deny yourself, pick up your cross.
Deny yourself, pick up your cross. Same thing he's asking brothers now. But brother couldn't even come to the council. See, deny yourself. Deny those carnal feelings. Come to the council and talk. And you're going to see that maybe you made a mistake and you were wrong. That's where Yahushua says, see, that's safety. I just saved you. That's where the long suffering Yahushua comes in. That's where salvation is at. Salvation is in where 2 or 3 brothers come to council and bear your burden and say, come to council. Let me show you where you went off wrong. That's salvation, isn't it? That's salvation right there. Just saved you from going back out in the world, being caught up by Satan. But you didn't allow that to happen. Sometimes Satan wins some of those battles, right? He wins some of those battles. That's why he said, if a man, seeks forgiveness, forgive him how many times? Yeah, because sometimes Satan's going to win those battles. Right? But a man has to be willing to come forward. He got to be willing to humble himself. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's humiliating, you got to do it. So you can become strong in the spirit. That's how you become stronger. Go ahead, Up. Was that it? That was to that was to 4. I'm sorry, that was to 4. You read the 4 first?
Yeah.
Did you read it? Go to Ephesians 5:1. We didn't read that.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 1. Be therefore followers of Yahweh as dear children, and walk in love as Hamashiach Yahushua.
What's love? See, walk in love. Love is there's no ill will to your brother if you love him. But if you charge your brother with or accusatory towards your brother, that's not love, right? That's not love. Well, you brothers, you're not leaders. You're not this. You're not that. You're this and that. I don't get no respect. Yeah, where's the love at? See, righteous conduct. Where's the love at? Yeah. Go ahead.
Even the angel Michael, he didn't offer a railing.
Yeah, no railing accusation. That's a good point. That's a good point. That railing accusation, that accusatory thing. See, you guys are coming at me, but I accuse you of not having a license. All that stuff. Get out of here. All that. Like I said, that's a gnat. You know what I'm saying? What's the issue on the table? See, you got to examine yourself. What's the issue? And brothers don't want to look at that. They want to look at themselves. That's the issue. Understand? Brother didn't wear a hat. Even though he wore a hat when he was teaching. That's not the issue. Come on. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that we could get over. It's just too small. But that's the problem with all Israel now. We have the truth, but these small little things. That's why brothers say, well, is Cornelius an Israelite or is he Edomite? I don't care. That has nothing to do with the salvation of Israel, right? What is Ruth? What is Ruth? I don't know. I don't care, man. Come on. This is God. These days, I don't know, bro. All kinds of seducing spirits out here. What is Ruth? What is Cornelius? You know what I'm saying? Stuff that's just too small. How do we conduct ourselves with one another? That's the main thing. Yeah, go ahead.
1 John 4:20 21.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we bring it up?
Yeah, you can.
All right. If a man say, I love Yahweh, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
He's a what?
You're a liar.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahweh, whom he hath not seen?
Had not seen.
And
I'll take you outside and fight. Come on, let's go. That's that spirit. He just read it. That's that spirit, right? That's a spirit of hatred. He ain't got to say I hate you, but his actions, right? It's spiritual. Go ahead, huh?
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth Yahweh love his brother also.
Right. Love your brothers also. So you should say, okay, brother, I'll come to council. I hear what you got to say. You know, even if he comes and disagree with what the council says, still come to council. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Yahweh Shai said do. Let's be an example of Yahweh Shai. What did Yahweh Shai say do? It counsel. Because there's safety in it. You're going to get the spirit of a Mashiach Yahweh Shai in that council. It's going to be there. Job had to seek counsel. He had what, 3 or 4 brothers, right? Come to him, didn't he? And Job, and some of those were elders. And Job said, nope, your counsel ain't right. The other brother, Job said, nope, you can't. But the younger one, Job said, what? That's the one. Remember the younger brother? Job said he received more from that younger brother than all the other elders that brought him counsel, right? Because why? The counsel of Mosiah is going to be there. Come? So when you don't want to receive instruction or counsel, that's that hatred, like the brother just read. That's hatred. Yeah, go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them shall thou learn instruction and how to serve great men with ease. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they learn of their fathers,
right.
And of them shall thou learn understanding.
Well, we'll say that scripture one more time out loud.
Yeah.
Say it.
Miss not the discourse.
No, to add the scripture.
The address
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus 8 and 9.
Okay, go ahead.
Miss not the discourse of thy elders, for they learned of their fathers, and of them shall thou learn understanding, and to give answers as need required.
That sums it all up. Well, that's it.
And just laying back off of
Yeah,
that,
that's a good
how
scripture.
you going to have a ministry which is your household and then not try to learn from the wise men and
Right.
the elders so you can teach your household?
Household, right.
Because you're supposed to be coming to the council or to the
Right.
congregation so that you can learn it. And then you go back and take it
To
your
your
household.
family. There you go. It's a continuation from the congregation to your family.
Yes.
That's how you raise your family, and that's how the community of Israel raised each other up. Had nothing to do with Esau, right? Nothing to do with other nations. It's us. We're missing it, man. See? Unbelievable, huh? And I just feel sad. Sometimes I say, damn, we have it right at our fingertip, and that's spiritual power. So sometimes we look for spiritual power, right? No, the spiritual power is in what? The conduct, how we treat one another. You know what I'm saying? That's spiritual power. That's why the nations, they treat one another better than Israel does. They have more power than we because the conduct and how they discipline in one another and the brotherhood they have with one another is powerful. That's why they have more resources, more of everything, land, everything. We don't have it. Go ahead, Barak.
Yeah, and continuing in that spirit and that conduct is a good way just to have people leave you alone.
Yeah.
The end result would be that now you're a cast off just off of your continuous conduct.
Right.
I'm looking at a couple verses down, the same chapter. It says, "Strive not with an angry man,
Right.
go not with him into a solitary place." So believers that's in the wisdom and following, eventually they're going to say, "This brother, he continues to be
Right.
violent.
Right.
He continues
Right.
to be in the spirit of wanting to solve things with violence."
Violence. Yeah.
And that's always his go-to. People that are following this wisdom are eventually going to say, "You know what? Then I'm gonna fall back from him because he doesn't want to change."
Exactly. They're gonna recognize it.
They're gonna say,
Yeah.
"Look, Scripture's telling me not to strive.
Like the strive.
You can go with him into a solitary place." So now you inviting me to come out for lunch or something, or come to your house, and I'm saying, "You know what? Now I'm gonna pass on that."
Right.
Because when stuff goes left, you're just gonna turn to violence.
Right.
And the Most High said, "Just avoid it anyway."
It's an avoid anyway. That's why the other brother said, like you said, Yakinan, the other brother said, I disagree with him. Right?
Come.
So you disagree with it. Brothers are going to begin to disagree with his actions because they see it's not spiritual. So that's a good scripture, Kalak. And go ahead, Yakinan, Ephesians 5. You read 1, right?
Yeah.
Read 2.
Verse 2. And walk in love as Mashiach Yahushua also have loved us and have given himself for an offering and sacrifice to Yahweh for a sweet smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be one named among you, as becometh saints, neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks.
Right, see? So the foolish talk. See, so you combine all those things the scriptures just said, and the jesting is like always joking around.
Yeah, come on.
Saying most I don't want that. And then especially when you come to a high holy day and whatever, you're drunk, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, you want to kid around or whatever, and then you say something that is not conducive to the spirit that we're in. We're in the high holy day. And it's a accusatory or attacking a brother. Next thing you know, a fight breaks out. Maybe not a physical fight, but still a verbal one. That's still not good because it's negative. And then here we go. See? Here we go. That's covetousness. That's fornication. That's all that put together.
Then you had too much to drink and don't remember it.
And don't remember. Right. Don't remember it. Oh, no. I don't remember that. What? What are you talking? And then, of course, he gets negative because he thinks he's making it up, right? But I'm like, brother, everybody's seen you. What do you mean you don't remember? Everybody's seen it. Nah, I didn't do that. But everybody was there. Everybody is not wrong. See? So this is what we have. And that's the problem with Israel. And we have that in the camps, in the Israelite schools. So all that has to stop for us to grow as a nation. That's it. Was that it, Yakinan?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, Yakinan, did we get 1 Timothy 4 and 12?
1 Timothy 4:12.
Yeah. Did we do that? Yeah. We got that. Because it said, be an example. Get 1 Peter 1:13. First Peter 1:13.
Book of 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach.
So be sober. See? Be sober-minded. How about that? How are you going to be drunk? Well, we're not, it's not just talking about just being drunk with wine or alcohol too, right? It's be sober away from the worldly worldly ways, away from that. Get away from your carnal mind. You're drunk with doctrine of the world, right?
Come.
See? All right. And read that first part again, Gamaliel.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind.
So how do you do that? How do you gird up the loins of your mind?
You start to have a thought process
Right.
about what your actions
Right.
and what you're doing.
What you doing?
You take heed to what others see you doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you start to cleanse your ways.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Tighten yourself up.
You tighten yourself up.
It's let's gird up your loins like you tightening your belt.
That's what he told Job.
I'm not all the way together. I need to fix myself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? My pants hanging off.
Hanging off,
And
right.
my ass is showing and you looking like an ass. Pretty
So-
much, yeah.
He told Job, Job, like a man, gird up your loins, Job, and be a man. And we know the man, when the Most High says be a man, talking about the man of the Most High. I don't think we've seen a real man out here too much yet. Brothers are becoming men of the Most High, but you don't see too many. Out here now, you have too much feminine vibration. You haven't seen real men in the Most High. That's why these women out here, they haven't seen no real man. They think what they guy's a real man. Now you got somebody that's, you know what I'm saying? That's doing what the worldly thing is a man. That's what the world says. But the real men of the Most High are rough, like the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Want them to be.
Austere.
Austere.
You know,
Yeah.
and also,
Real men.
Also, David said it best in his instructions to Solomon.
Yeah.
And he said, real quick, 1 Kings.
Tell them where you at.
1 Kings chapter 2, I
Mm-hmm.
believe. 1 Kings chapter 2. He said, verse 9. No, it's
First Kings chapter 2.
Salakia, chapter 2, verse 2.
Okay, go ahead.
I was too far down. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of Yahweh thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So what's a man? What's a real man then?
Follows
Yeah.
laws and loves
Right.
his brother.
He loves his brother, right?
That's right.
'Cause that's part of the law.
That's right.
That's a real man. So you don't have that out here in the world. No, you don't have that out here in the world. Okay, so that's a real man. So gird up your loins like a man. This is what Yahweh Shai is saying. So go ahead, Gamaliel.
Be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. As obedient children.
As what?
Obedient children.
As what?
Obedient children.
There we go. We disobeyed the Most High, which is like the sin of witchcraft. Wait a minute. The brother committed witchcraft? Well, what did the Most High call it? Witchcraft. Rebellion. Because when 2 or 3 or more brothers say, look, brother, come to council, and you run away from that, right? You run away from that. I mean, come on. What is that? See, we said, oh, I ain't doing no witchcraft. But what is it then? What kind of spirit got you that you can't come to a council amongst your brothers? Okay, go ahead, Op.
Not fashioning yourselves according to the former lust.
How about that? Your former lusts, your former emotions, right? That got you in the trouble that you're in now. Those former lusts. Go ahead.
In your ignorance.
In your ignorance, see? So now the council is supposed to bring you out of ignorance. That's what the council is for. A council of the Most High. And I got news for brothers. Brothers think Yahweh Shai gonna come down. Yahweh Shai is not coming over here. They don't come down and talk to you individually. I hear a black woman say the Lord showed her to get rid of her man and to get a divorce. Lord didn't show you that.
Nah,
Satan showed you that.
she got her own personal relationship.
Right. Satan showed the Most High is not. Most High don't work that way. He's not going to do that. So the Most High, he ain't showed no man. You know, well, the angel Gabriel showed me this. No. Okay. I said, with 2 or 3 are gathered, that's where I'm at. And this brother's going to show you some things in the scriptures. Another brother's going to show you some things that you did. Another brother's going to show you. And then it's going to be spiritual. And then you're going to get the spirit of wisdom and knowledge in what you did, in your conduct and behavior. And you're going to learn from that. And then the brother's going to use the scripture because the Bible says what? The Bible's good for what? Reproof, and doctrine and instruction. Because Yahweh's word is a living word, right? It's alive. That's why I use the scripture, because it's alive. Most I say, I'm the same today, like I was yesterday, and like I was forever, like I was before. I'm the creation. I'm the same. So the word is the same. That's why it's good to use it now as we used it back in ancient time. You gotta hear these worldly people say don't use the Bible because man wrote it. That's out in the world. They're saying that because they want to live in their sins. Go ahead, Doc.
But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy.
yeah. Yahushua calls us holy, meaning he's true, so we be holy. So now you're dealing with unholy spirit. Brother don't want to accept the counsel, don't want to accept what the brothers are showing him, his conduct and behavior. Now he's dealing with unholy spirit. What's an unholy spirit? A demon. Unholy spirit is real. They're demonic forces that enter into a brother. And sometimes when you first come in truth, those spirits may leave for a while. But what happens after a while? They come back and see it swept and clean. And what does it say? Yeah, he goes, come on, man. This brother is clean inside. Come on. Now he got more spirits in him than he had before when he was out in the world. You're better off out in the world than in the truth, than being in the truth and then go back out, right? That's what the scriptures teach you. See? Woe unto the man that taketh hold to the plow and then turneth back. What's going to happen to him? His latter end is worse than his beginning. Yeah. Right? Okay, was that it, Gemara? Read just 16.
Be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, be ye holy, for I am holy. And if ye call on the Father, well, that's 16.
Okay, no, that was it. That was it. James 3:13. James 3:13. Somebody's going to get Jeremiah 17:9.
James chapter 3, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a wise man and endowed with knowledge among them? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness and of wisdom.
Who's endowed with meekness? See? Endow yourself with meekness and good conversation, meaning good conduct, right? The conduct among brothers. Highly important, man. Highly important. David had a chance to kill King Saul about 3 times, right? Did he do it? No. And David, he probably would have been right in doing it, right? Would have been right. But he said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let the Most High do it. I'm not going to do that to my brother. Right? And what happened when the I think was it the Edomite that came with King Saul's Doeg, with the sword and all that?
Edomite.
Yeah, Edomite, right? And King David still killed the dude. He said, "Who are you?" You know what I'm saying? I think he took the sword and the armor of King Saul. He said, "Who are you to do that?" King David killed him. See, still honoring King Saul, still honoring him after all King Saul.
Oh, that was a different Amalekite.
That was the Amalekite, right?
Though killed the priest.
The priest, right?
Nobody else would.
Right.
And I believe David got him for that.
Got him for that, right? Okay, I got you.
But then the one that came and killed, it was an Edomite.
It was an Edomite.
That killed Saul.
Yeah.
And he got him too.
He got him for that. God, we know King Saul killed himself. Fell on the sword. But wasn't it? I think somebody
came and claimed it. Though.
Claimed it. He claimed the sword and everything. Yeah, that's what it was.
He thought he'd get brownie points.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. David said, "No." Nah. So still honoring King Saul as a brother, right? King Saul hated David. Envy came into Saul. You know what I'm saying? That demon was still in him. Even and David, they found David. Said David played the harp. To calm that demon in King Saul. And David did it. And that demon would leave for a while. But what happened? Come right back in. So when you do your brother wrong, what's the spiritual thing that's gonna happen? Them demons do what? Here they come. And they come running too, man. They come running. And they magnify that thought in your mind. You want to fight your brother, you know what I'm saying? Accusing your brother, they magnify it. You know what I'm saying? Who are you brothers to have somebody come teach before me? I'm an elder. You know what I'm saying? Who are you brothers? And the next thing you know, they got you. They got you. So we've got to be careful. And but still honor your brother, right? So that's a high thing. Even what David did, that's a high thing that the most I was looking at. See? Brothers today are ready to destroy one another, man. They on the corners fighting one another. This is my corner. Yeah, you in the Esau's world, America about to fall, and you worried about a corner. Well, there are millions of corners you can teach on. And this is what we're doing. And then when you start actually physically fighting, who you got to call?
That corner has a name. You didn't even get to.
Yeah.
You didn't even get to give your 2 cents on.
2 cents on.
Would be, but it's your corner.
It's your corner. This my corner. This is our corner. We didn't see how many fights brothers had, camps had over corners. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's us. And you got to call Esau to come break up the fight. That's an embarrassment to us. And what do they say? They don't say that camp or that camp. What do they say? The Israelites. They blame all of us. Don't they? The Israelites are fighting on the corner. They don't say that camp or that camp. Yeah.
What's ironic about that is the same brother that has this envying and strifeful spirit, this religious spirit, he'll see that going on in Israel, right. And he'll down that too.
He'll down that
say,
too.
You're embarrassing Israel. You're doing this, you're that.
Right.
But he's got that same spirit.
Same spirit.
Doesn't even see in the mirror like what you're against.
Yeah.
You're operating in that.
It cuts 2 ways, right? The script is cut 2 ways. You see that's wrong, but you're not looking at yourself as what you're doing is wrong. Cuts, man. Double-edged sword, isn't it? That's what they had to realize. This Bible, whoa, double-edged sword. It'll cut the head off one, and it'll keep going. And it keeps going. Eventually, it's going to happen. See, it might cut you. It's right here. It's right there in your neck. See? So we got to be careful. Go ahead,
Up. Just real quick, it reminds me of the video that Yakina had sent me earlier in the week. It's been going around. I think somebody took it down, but so I believe it's probably in Dominican or Haiti or somewhere in the Caribbean, maybe Florida, whatever. Yeah. Two brothers, they got machetes, and they determined like this, we about to settle this. Both of them got machetes. Nobody has a shield though. So they're both striking each other, and even the guy that's winning. So the guy that's winning, the guy that's cutting, just to reflect on that same sword can cut you. Yeah. Well, he's winning, but the guy that's falling back, his sword swings, and the guy that's winning, his hand goes flying. No. So nobody But in the spiritual sense, so that's what you're doing when
That's what you're doing.
you're using the word as a sword. It can cut you because you got that sword, but you don't have that shield.
Right. Right.
So the same person you cutting,
Right.
that cut, it can return
You
on
can
you.
return back. Right.
That same energy is coming at you, and while you're swinging your sword, your hand is getting
Chopped off. Yep. Most.
The guy that was on the bottom, he got up and walked away with no limbs missing.
Oh wow.
And it didn't even look like the hits to his abdomen really did much either.
Wow.
He got up and walked away. Here comes the winner, picking his hand up off the ground.
Most I got him. Yeah. Cut you right on up. That's the scriptures, right? You don't do that. You were reading the 16, but were you finished? Where were you at?
Salakia, we're at James chapter 3, verse 14. But if ye have bitter envy,
I think it's James chapter 1. Was it James?
We read 13.
James 3:13. You had 14. You had
Now we're at 14.
14. Okay, go ahead.
But if ye have bitter envy and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace.
Right. See? So how about that where it says it's devilish? See? That spirit you bring in when you envy your brother and jealous of him. That's devil. That's the devilish, right? That's a seducing spirit. It's a demon.
And the strife.
The strife that comes with it, right? Because you remember, we were talking on the phone with your brother, but we were going back and forth. Nobody can get the word out. Brother cuts you off and start. That's evil, man. There's no communication, man. You're not gonna get nothing done like that. I'm from the time when we dealt with situations, face to face. Today you got conference calls and Zoom and Skype and all that. I'm used to that. I'm used to being in councils, face to face, where you've got a whole congregation or the brothers in their camp, a 30-man camp, and we sitting face to face for 2 or 3 hours dealing with situations. That's what I'm used to. You know what I'm saying? But now, conference call, you know what I'm saying? Skype, Zoom, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's a sign of the time. Social media, signs of the time. But still, that's devilish, man. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that when you interrupt a man in his speech, you know what that does. And purposely, a brother does that, that's a demon. That's devilish. Okay. Jeremiah 17:9. Who got that right quick?
I got it.
Okay, you got it. Go ahead, read it out.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17.
And then somebody get Luke 6:43. Luke 6:43. Go ahead, out.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful.
It's what?
The heart is deceitful.
Go ahead.
Above all things.
Above what?
Above all things.
Your heart, meaning your mind, right? So your mind is deceitful above all things. So the mind can play tricks on you. You ain't right in the Most High, right? Satan come right in there and play tricks on you, on your mind. Go ahead, up.
And all desperately wicked.
And it's what?
All desperately wicked.
It is desperately wicked. Your mind is desperately wicked, man. See? You conjuring up all kinds of demonic forces, and it's desperately wicked to do things that's not right. Go ahead, up.
Who can know it?
Yeah, who can know it, right? How about that? Even Yahweh, who can know that? Who can know the mind, the heart of a man? It's desperately wicked. Okay, that was it on that, right? Luke 6:43. Who has that?
Luke 6:43.
Yeah.
For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit.
Yeah, how about that? Oh, you're talking about a good tree now. Now we know a tree represents what now in this case?
No.
A man, right? Go ahead.
Neither do a corrupt tree bringeth forth good fruit.
Corruption, right? So some men are just corrupt by nature. But we don't know that. when we teach, we just teach, right? We don't know ultimately that's a corrupt tree, and it might be around you and among you for what? A year, 2, 3, 4, right? And you don't know how Shai already pegged it to be what? A corrupt tree. The same with the symbol of the fig tree that Yahweh Shai destroyed, right? Go ahead, up.
For every tree is known by its own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gathereth they grapes. A good man is keep going.
Yeah.
A good man out of the good treasures of his heart.
We're talking about a good man now, right? Out of his mind, out of a good treasure of his heart, meaning his mind. Go on.
Bringeth forth that which is good.
Right.
And an evil man out of an evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil.
Right. How do you know that which is evil versus that which is good? Because an evil man would do what? Envy. Bring forth envy and jealousy and cause strife and debate. You know what I'm saying? And bring in his emotions and feelings and what, you know what I'm saying? And next thing, and interrupt you in your speech and all that, just cause confusion. You say, something ain't right with this. You know? But all the time, you know what I'm saying? We can see once in a while, brother, you know, that might happen, but all the time, something ain't right. This is how you know. Okay? Go ahead, was that it?
For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh.
Yeah, for the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Isn't that something? So this is that corrupt tree. And you got to realize Yahweh Shai know who he chose, right? So sometimes you got to let the corrupt tree just be corrupt and let it go. Let it go, brother. We trying to save. You can't save everybody. It ain't your job to save nobody anyway. It's your job to do what? Bring out the word. You know, plant the seed. That's all your job is, to plant the seed. Yahweh Shai gonna get the increase anyway. So if Yahweh Shai destroyed a fig tree, who are you to try to nourish it to back health? It ain't your job. I mean, of course, we being in the flesh, we're gonna try in the beginning to try to nourish it back, but after a while, you see what? There's nothing you can do with it. Let it go, right? I was looking at this one in someone get Psalms 26, 1 and 2. Psalms 26, 1 and 2. Who can get Proverbs 15 and 2? Psalms 26, 1 and 2. You can get it real fast.
Psalms 26, 1 and 2. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity.
Yeah, see? What's integrity? Right? Yeah, righteous. Upholding righteousness, correct? So you want to uphold righteousness. You want to do the righteous thing. See? So you want the Most High, you want to walk in your integrity in this truth. Once you lose that, understand? Then look, the scripture says that the Most High does not, this is an honor and a privilege to get wisdom and knowledge, right? To be woken up. But Yahweh Shai said it's not given to everybody. See? Wisdom cannot walk with a man who is in sin or wickedness, right? So you got to walk in your integrity. Okay, go ahead, up.
I have trusted also in the Lord. Therefore, I shall not slide.
You're right. So we got to trust in the Most High. So how come the brother didn't trust in the Most High? See, stop looking at man. See? Oh, we're saying it's come to counsel. Stop looking at man. You got to trust in the Most High. Because you know what I would do? Brother say, okay, Barak, you got to come to counsel for something that I did. I would say, okay. Then I would go and pray, right? Before I come to the council, I would agree to the council, but I would pray to the Most High. Now I'm trusting in the Most High, that the Most High would see it through, that I'm going to receive the right and correction and be given the right wisdom and advice. That's how you do it. You got to trust in the Most High. I'm not getting no respect. You sound like Rodney Dangerfield.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. Who had that? Proverbs 15 and 2.
2. Examine me, O Lord.
Okay.
And prove me. Try my reins and my heart.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. See, examine. See? Paul said the same thing. Examine yourself. Try it. And Yahushua will try you. He's going to try each and every one of us. I'm telling you. Be in this truth for a couple of years. He's going to try you. Because he said, what? It's like gold tried in fire, right? Are you the gold, or are you, in a great house, there's what? How many vessels? There's a vessel of what? Gold, vessel of silver, vessel of brass, vessel of stone and wood. What vessel are you? But I'm going to say this, even the vessel of wood, if he's still faithful, Yahushua is with him, right? Because we're supposed to bear his burden. The gold is supposed to bear the burden of the vessel of wood, as long as he's still there, right? And so forth. But if you're the vessel of wood and you don't do the right thing, what can be done?
Burn up.
Yeah, you can burn up. You may as well stay out there in the world. Go ahead, Doc. Was that it on it? Kalak, that was it, right? Proverbs 15:2.
God.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 2. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness.
Yes, foolish, right? It's a fool. That's what he is. It's a fool. The mouth of fool poureth out foolishness. How about that, Doc? So we're dealing with fools here. Can a fool be in the truth? Yes. You have a lot of them, Doc. Okay, go down to the 10th verse.
Verse 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way.
How about that? Yakanan? Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way. He forsaketh the way, right? So he don't want to receive correction. So now what's going to happen? Spirit ain't going to be with him out there. Okay? Go on, I jump down to the 28th verse.
Let me finish 10.
Oh, you didn't finish?
He that hateth reproof shall die.
What's going to happen to him?
Shall die.
Damn, that's cold, ain't it?
Very cool.
You don't want to hear what Yahushua got to say. And I'm going to tell you, Yahushua is going to bring it through brothers. Yahushua ain't going to come tell you down here himself. He's going to do what? Bring the reproof through what? Other men. Come. And because you think you better, and we read the scripture that a man think himself to be something when he's nothing, you think you better, you think you can't receive it. Don't get high on the horse now. Come. Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
Even as the story of Susanna, Daniel was a child.
Yeah.
And he raised him up to give counsel to everybody.
Everybody.
His elder.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. How about that, huh? So most I said, I'm going to bring the truth out of the mouth of babes. So some brothers are going to be younger than you, and they're going to give you counsel. Same thing we're just trying to say about Job. Some brothers are going to be older than you, and they're going to give you counsel. But still, it's the Most High that's doing it, but you just can't receive it because you're looking at it carnal. So the Most High said they're going to die. Now, does that mean that they're going to die right away? It could be a slow death. Huh? And also, the death that it's talking about actually is what? When you, spiritual. When you back out in the world, that's death.
You become a dry bone.
If dry bone, that's death, right? And you're still living, aren't you? The Most High may allow you to live out your whole life, but you're dead in the Most High. Come, you're a dry bone. Doesn't mean that the Most High gonna kill you right away and all that. No, you're just gonna live out your life, but you're dead to the Most High. You don't really, there's no use for you. But the Most High will allow you to live out your life. Because don't the wicked live out their life? They live out, some of the wicked live to be 80, 90 years old. And they're wicked as hell. Look at Puffy.
They're flourishing.
Yeah, they're flourishing. I mean, most I got Puffy now, but I mean, Puffy was wicked all that time when he first, started. How come the Most High didn't take him out in the beginning when he started that? He was sleeping with little boys back then, like he's doing now, like he was doing. But the Most High didn't take him out, did he? Most High said, "In time, I got you." And now they say Jay-Z is next. We'll see.
Well, he got supposedly free.
Who?
Cleared of those claims.
Who, Puffy?
No, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z? Okay, yeah, supposedly. Okay.
He's cleared of that.
Yeah. But the Most High know. He ain't, we know he ain't really clear, but the Most High know. Yeah, that one.
It could be others.
It could be others, right. Right. Because we know Bill Cosby didn't do all that, but he did do some. He did do one or two of them, right? But Esau magnified that thing because because they basically didn't want Bill Cosby to, keep trying to buy CBS, and they wanted the oil underneath his house or whatever the house he got in Massachusetts, the big house. There's oil under there. Bill Cosby didn't want to give it up. Esau said, and when it's oil, Esau gonna make you give it up. He gonna make you give up. If it's oil, he making you give it up. Or gold. It's either oil, he gonna make you give it up. Or property that he wants, he gonna make you give it up. And Bill Cosby said nope. And they said, okay, we got you. Okay, here comes this old Edomite woman. Yeah, he raped me in 1971 or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? That no charge like that gonna stick. They ain't supposed to. A white man, yeah.
They look like a woman.
Yeah, don't look like a woman, right? Come on, man. But the Most High, no. But so going to show you, the Most High can have you live out your whole life and nothing happened to you, but you're dead to him because you're really not. You're useless to him, so you're dead. Get 16:25. This Proverbs, but 16:25.
15 or 16?
16:25.
16,
Yeah.
Proverbs 16:25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man.
I'm right. Brother, you wrong. I'm right. I'm saying I don't get no respect. I'm right. But brother, this is what happened in New York, and what you did. Everybody's seen you. Yeah, but I didn't do nothing saying, I don't get no respect. Then that starts going off in his feelings, right? Go ahead, out.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
Yeah, right. Because you don't want to see it for what it really is. So what you think is right, the Most High said, nah, brother, that's the way of death. And we just read what happens to a man, right? When he don't follow the ways of the Most High, that's death. See, so he seems right to him in his mind, but it's the way of death. I had to learn that. We all got to learn that. I learned that too. We all got to learn that one way or the other. See? I'm going to tell you, because this ain't about no one man. Brothers claim with all these positions they give themselves. It ain't about that. Oh, I'm the comforter. I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about that. I don't care about your position you give yourself now. Who do you think you are? You don't care about that. He said, I'm giving the positions. I ain't giving nobody no position of, you over this and you over that. You this and that. See, humble yourself. And if you are over a congregation, what did Yahushua say? The higher you are, the more you humble yourself. Allow the congregation to have access to you. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, go ahead, Ak. Was that it on that in 25? Okay, read that one more time.
There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Okay,
so now you're out in the world again. Most ain't gonna kill you right away, but you are dead, right? You're not in the truth no more. You're not really doing nothing. You're dead to the Most High, and you might live out your whole life, but you're dead. Now jump to chapter 18:11, or is it 19:11? Try 19:11.
Proverbs chapter 19, verse 11.
Yeah.
The discretion of a man.
The what?
The discretion of a man deferreth his anger.
Yeah, how about that? See, use discretion in whatever you do. See, and what gives you discretion? The knowledge and wisdom of the Most High, right? Wasn't you tempted to do things out in the world? But what stopped you? Huh? What stopped you from doing evil out there, wickedness? Now that you know the truth, what stopped you? See? The fear of the Most High stopped you, right? You know what could happen, what the consequence is once you commit that act, right? See what discretion does? It keeps you alive. It keeps you from making mistakes. Come? See? You gotta read that one more time.
The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory. It is his glory to pass over a transgression.
How about that? See? So you're about to transgress, and you think about it. See why you got to think before you do something? and you think about it, and you think about it, you say, no, I can't do that. What happened? Your discretion just saved you. Ain't that something? Your discretion just saved you from making a grave mistake, right? Okay? But when you think you're all emotional, your feelings, right? That's not spiritual thinking. That's not thinking in wise terms. You're letting your emotions do the thinking, and then next thing you know, you're going to commit, mistakes. So we've all done that, right? But now that's why you mature in this truth. See? That's why the scripture says the Most High didn't give you a license to sin. He knows that you're going to do some sins, but he didn't give you a license to sin, right? He didn't give you a license, man. So that's why those little small things you do, you got to refine yourself. And gird up your loins, like the scriptures say. Right? Okay, now that's a couple more. This is it. Wisdom of Solomon, 19:11. Wisdom of Solomon, 19:11. Somebody can get Ecclesiasticus 49:1 in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 49th chapter in the first verse.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 19, verse 1. As for the ungodly, wrath came upon them without mercy.
See, ungodly and the wrath came upon them without mercy. So the Most High tells you the mercy time is going to depart. It's going to come on the nation of Israel in these last days. So there's not going to be all this mercy that all people are getting now. Well, what they think is mercy is the Most High ain't shown his wrath yet. So you just had what? What happened over there in Syria? What happened in Syria? The whole government fell. That's over there. We think it's going to come over here. Everything's going to come over here, man. Everything is coming over here. Notice how America is like it's not touched yet. Most High is leaving America special. It's going to be special. The Most High's special wrath is coming here. Bloodshed is coming here. Destruction and death. That's why I say, brothers, I'm reforming the book of Revelation, and when those seals are broken in Revelation 6, watch what happens. And brothers think, oh, it's going to be a third world war and all that. The third world war is a war that they're going to implement. That's not the Most High's war. Gun, you don't read the third world war in the Bible. You do not read it in the Bible. What you read is wars and rumors of wars. But the Most High is going to bring the wars and rumors of wars through their plans of the Third World War. Come. You got. Most High said that second horse was a horse that was red, and his job was to do what? Yeah, take peace from the earth, and that's what's coming. Peace. There ain't gonna be no peace unto the wicked. The Most High say, and that horse is bloody. Bloodshed is coming. See, in the tribulation period. And we ain't in no tribulation period now. You think you are, but we're not. Is there really tribulation over here in America yet? Ain't no real tribulation. Our people going on vacation. They go on cruises. They better stop going on cruises because you see that ship almost went over. That cruise ship almost, right? They going on cruises. They go to Mexico. They go everywhere. They go on vacation. So there's no sense of urgency now. So wait till the tribulation period comes. It's coming. And you're going to see it's going to be bloody, man. Okay, go ahead, Al.
Unto the end. For he knew before what they would do.
Most High knew what they were going to do. So the Most High know what the wicked's going to do. So that's why he's going to bring his special wrath to America. Okay, go on.
How that having given them leave to depart and sent them hastily away, they would repent and pursue them. For whilst they were yet mourning and making lamentation at the graves of the dead, they added another foolish device.
How about that? See? That's what our people do out in the world, right? making lamentation for the dead. Oh, they died. So what Moses said, let the dead bury the dead and keep moving, man. There's going to be a lot of dead. Some of the people you won't be able to bury. There's going to be so much dead, right? Not going to be able to bury it. Have we seen that yet? That hasn't happened yet.
Ezekiel said,
Yeah,
they'll have to be people hired to bury
the body
for like 7 months.
7 months straight. A lot of things haven't happened yet. The tribulation period in here, you haven't seen no tribulation. You don't see it yet. See? So go ahead, Ar.
For whilst they were yet sluggy, they added another foolish device and pursued them as fugitives, whom they had entreated to be gone. For the destiny whereof they were worthy drew them unto this end, and made them forget the things that had already happened, that they might fulfill the punishment which was wanting to their torments, and that thy people might pass a wonderful way.
So this is like Solomon, right? He's saying that people, in other words, the punishment or their sins, the consequence of, they deserve that consequence of their punishment. This is what he's saying. So when you hear things out there happen in the world, you know, this happened to that person, that happened to that person, this person dying of cancer, and they got this happened. What happened in Philadelphia yesterday? 2 people got shot. What was it? You heard that? Got shot somewhere. It was happening in Philadelphia. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was City Hall somewhere, yeah. Right. Somewhere near there. And people were crying, all that. So yeah, but things are gonna happen. These things are gonna happen, huh? And they I'm gonna tell you, with the Most High, they deserve it. They deserve it. People go to these concerts and stuff, and next thing you know, they get trampled on, and next thing you know, all these people are dead. They deserve it. Earthquake happened in California, right? I don't think nobody died, but still. But you're hearing of it. Tornadoes happen, hurricanes happen, people dying. Most I say, well, they deserve it. This is what the Most High is saying. They deserve it. Because they're wicked as hell. But we don't want to accept that. See? Because sometimes they're babies and their children. Yeah, well, the Most High know who's who. He said, you deserve it. Go ahead, Al.
But they might find a strange death. For the whole creature in his proper kind was fashioned again anew, serving the peculiar commandments that were given unto them, that thy children might be kept without hurt, as namely a cloud shadowing the camp, and where water stood before, dry land appeared, and out of the Red Sea a way without impediment, and out of the violent streams a green field, where through all the people went that were defended. All the people went that were defended with thy hand, seeing thy marvelous strange wonders. For they went at large like horses, and leaped like lambs, praising thee, O Yahweh, who has delivered them. For they were yet mindful of the things that were done while they sojourned in a strange land. Mm-hmm. How the ground brought forth flies instead of cattle, mm-hmm. and how the river cast up a multitude of frogs, mm-hmm. instead of fish.
Right.
But afterwards they saw a new generation of fowls, when, being led with their appetite, they asked delicate meats. For quails came up under them from the sea for their contentment, and punishments came upon the sinners, not without former signs by the force of thunders. For they suffered justly according to their own wickedness.
They suffered justly, says just. So what happens to, especially, brothers that are in this truth, you know what I'm saying, that you might hear about, sometimes it's just. The Most High is going to start to bring down the hammer. He did it, that's when we were coming out of Egypt, what he was just reading. And what they suffered was just, man. Okay, so what you hear, what's happening to all people out there in the world, is just. But they don't see it. Oh, why the Most High allowed it to happen? Why is the Most High allowing it to happen? Because you're wicked. They don't see that. Go ahead, Doc.
It's so much as they used a more hard and hateful behavior.
A what?
A more hard and hateful behavior.
Your behavior. A hard and hateful behavior. How about that? Go ahead, Doc.
Towards strangers.
How about that? And who were the strangers that came with us out of Egypt? Huh? Who were they? That's right. And Most High said they use a hard and hateful behavior towards the strangers. And now we're using that same hard and hateful behavior towards one another. And the Most High didn't like that. Yeah, they were Egyptians, but we weren't supposed to treat them the way we were treating them. That's what Solomon is saying here. Because once a stranger comes and accepts, the commandments and the righteous laws of the Most High, we're supposed to treat them as what? It's like Hebrews, like somebody that's in the nation, even though they are a stranger. Come. That's but that was when we would come out of Egypt. Now still, the Most High says if you treat your enemy with peace, then He's gonna allow peace to come upon you. So we have to understand that. But we can't even treat each other with peace. So we haven't even accepted that yet. You know what I'm saying? So now you can read it out. Ecclesiasticus, you got it?
Yeah,
49 and 1. Go on.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 49 and 1. The remembrance of Josiah is like the composition of the perfume.
Yeah, how about that? So the remembrance, this is King Josiah. Okay, so brother, when you're going to read, remember we each look at the word first, then pronounce it. So this is King Josiah. The Most High said Josiah was like a perfume. A sweet smelling perfume? That's the kind of king he was. He was a righteous king. He was on the level of the Most High like a sweet smelling perfume. He did everything right. He destroyed all the idols, all the wickedness. He got rid of it during the time of King Josiah. Go ahead, Al.
That is made by the arts of the
apothecary. That means apothecary is somebody who makes sweet smelling oils. Come.
It is sweet as honey in all mouths, and as music at a banquet of wine.
So it's like a banquet of wine. So when you make that apothecary makes the sweet smelling oils correct, it's like a banquet of wine. Go ahead, Al.
He behaved himself upright.
He behaved himself what?
Upright.
See, so we got to be like Josiah. See, but the Most High has got the whole nation like Josiah. Behave yourself upright and become like a sweet smelling perfume to the Most High. Because didn't the Most High say, you read in Revelation, he said, when we pray, it goes up to the Most High like a sweet smelling Savior to him. Right? But when you pray now, you're wicked as hell. How's your prayer? It's not a sweet smelling Savior now if you're wicked as hell when you pray. It doesn't even get to the Most High. Right? So go ahead, Al.
In the conversion of the people and took away the abominations of iniquity.
You're right. So what did Josiah do? He converted the people from wickedness to what?
Iniquity.
Yeah, from iniquity to wickedness to righteousness. He converted them. So even now, when you ask a brother, look, brother, you got to come to a council because we want to show you what was wrong and you done. That's so that he can be converted to do what is right. So there's nothing wrong with that. So he can be converted. That was Josiah as a king. He was supposed to do that because there's nothing but wickedness going on. So when he came as king, he said, look, I'm getting rid of all these idols, getting rid of all this wickedness. See, all this iniquity. I'm getting rid of all of it. And this is what he did. He converted the people. And the Most High made him one of those just kings for that. Go ahead, up. Read the third verse.
He directed his hearts unto Yahweh, and in the time of ungodly, he established the worship of Yahweh.
He established, in the time of ungodliness, he established the righteousness of the Most High. That's what we're doing now, right? We're in the time of what now? Unrighteousness, wickedness, right? Iniquity. And we got to now, with the brothers who have the faith, establish righteousness. This is what we're doing. This is what our job is, right? Okay, go ahead, Doc.
All except David and Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, go ahead.
And Josiah.
Were
defective.
Yeah, we're effective at it. And you had a whole lot of brothers, but here he just mentioned those three. But you had a whole lot of brothers who were affected. And he's going to mention, as you read on down, we ain't going to read it all now, but he mentions Zerubbabel. He even mentions the 12 prophets. And who are the 12 prophets? Right? Yeah, I mean, you can read the 12 prophets from Hosea to Malachi, right? I think that's about 12, right? All those minor prophets, I think that's about 12 of them.
Also, Isaiah and
right.
Ezekiel also, I believe.
Well, those were those minor prophets, but we said 12 prophets. But I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at those prophets from, you know what I'm saying? But all those count to 12. But some might say Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jeremiah is part of that too. But he mentions only 12 here.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But if you read, those are the minor prophets. Those, and they call them minor. They were major prophets to us. But I mean, I know when they call them minor. Yeah, sure. They're not really minor. We know that. But they from Hosea all the way to Malachi is 12. But still, he mentions all those brothers that converted Israel and that did righteousness in the name of the Most High. And Josiah was one of those big ones, man. Okay. That was, and then this last one, 2 Maccabees 2 and 20. Who can get that? Let's get 2 Maccabees 2 and 20.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse
20.
20. In the wars against Antiochus,
the wars against Antiochus, Epiphanes, go on.
Epiphanes, and Epater, his son, and the manifest signs that came from.
Go ahead, Doc. Don't let that. Go ahead.
And the manifest signs that came from heaven unto those that behaved themselves manfully to their honor of Judaism. So that
hold on, Doc. Clock, you got that?
Yes.
Yeah, read that, Clock, from the beginning.
This is 2 Maccabees 2 and 20.
The
wars of Antiochus Epiphanes and Eupator, his son.
Eupator was his son. Go on.
And the manifest signs that came from heaven unto those that behaved themselves manfully.
How about that? Now, listen to that. See, all the wars that came during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, and we know we had one during the time of the Maccabees, the war against Antiochus Epiphanes. That's how Hanukkah came about, right? We're about to celebrate Hanukkah again around 26 December. So that was around 160 to 164 BC, 164, 160 BC is when Hanukkah was established. And all those manifest signs that came from the Most High during that time. And he said, what about the behavior, Kalak? Read that again.
And those that behave themselves manfully.
They behave themselves manfully in righteousness, right? Like a real man. Go on up.
To their honor for Judaism.
Say to their honor for the truth. Of course, Judaism is Esau's religion, but they got Judaism in there. But we know it's not Judaism. It's the Most High's word. Con. So they behaved their conduct as a man was righteous for the word of truth. Con. That's what it was about. Go ahead, Al.
So that being but a few, they overcame the whole country.
They overcame, but just a few. Does the Most High need a lot of men? And not a lot going to be saved this time either. How about that? Not a lot. See? And we overcame many wars that came against us, but with only a few. Going up.
And chased barbarous multitudes, and recovered again the temple, renowned all the world over, and freed the city, and upheld the laws which were going down.
Right. So we're going to do the same thing this time. What makes brothers think that we're not going to go into Jerusalem and recover the city? We're going to do the same thing, right? Con? We're going to go do the same thing. That's why the Most High said the Israelites are going to come marching into Jerusalem with what? A two-edged sword, right, Khan? And we're going to take the city of Jerusalem back over. We're going to recover the city again. Okay, go ahead, Up.
Lord being gracious unto them with all favor. All these things I say being declared by Jason of Serene in 5 books. We will say to abridge in 1 volume.
Right. So all those was written in the books. And you read a lot of that, of course, in the Apocrypha. And then you read in the Josephus. Okay, Khan? So the Most High had all that history written down. And you can go read it. All right, Khan? Go ahead, finish
for
it.
Considering the infinite number and the difficulty which they find that desire to look into the narrations of the story, for the variety of the matter, we have been careful that they that read may have delight, and they that are desirous to commit to memory,
right, go on,
might have ease, and that all into whose hands it comes might have profit.
Right, how about that, huh? So all those that read might have delight. So all these things can be committed to our memory. Meaning what? We're supposed to read it and say, wait a minute, that's how a man was back then. He conducted himself and behaved himself righteously. Get Gamaya for me so we can conclude this. Okay. Yeah. So that's how a man's supposed to conduct himself in righteousness. So that's why everything was written down. So we can have it to our memory now. Now we can read and say, okay, this is how a man's supposed to be. I'm supposed to conduct myself like this and keep reading. Oh, this is how a man was supposed to be. This is how Josiah was. Read about Hezekiah. Hezekiah was one of those righteous kings too. See?
Remember the days of old.
Yeah. Remember the days of old. See, in the past. Jehoshaphat. Right. You had a lot of righteous kings, man. Well, you had a few.
It was
right.
There.
No, they were there. Right. And you had a lot of righteous priests, kings, prophets of Israel. Okay, so the example was set, and it was set for us today. That's what we're supposed to follow. And we have a hard time following it, and that's Israel's problem now. We have a hard time following it. So it's on us as a nation. It's not on Esau, not on the other nation, it's on us. I'm gonna tell you, Esau ain't really the problem. When you really look at it, he's not really the problem. Yahushua gonna take care of Esau himself, but you know what I'm saying? It's us. So with that, all praise to Yahweh Shem, Hamashiach Yahushua. So there's a few announcements that's going to be made. I just want to say shalom, shalom, shalom. Okay.
All praises. Beautiful class by the elder, and a much needed class. If one of you could get me a book of Jonah, chapter 2, verse 18, I'll kind of get, while I pull up these announcements, because as we go through every week, it is in the world, it's what they call the holiday season, which we know as the Holiday season. And if somebody's got that Jonah 2, verse 8, go ahead and read that for me.
The book of Jonah, chapter 2, verse 8. They that have observed lying vanities forsake their own mercy.
They did read that again. They did what?
They that observe lying vanities forsake their own mercy.
So we all know that Yahushua Hamashiach, as the world calls Jesus Christ, with him came grace and mercy, right? And he did a mighty act for the children of Israel in giving his life, and that life being given for our transgressions that we had committed in past. And that coming into Christ or Yahushua, you are coming into and taking hold of that mercy that the Most High sent down by giving us his son to die for our sins. So the scripture here says those that observe lying vanities, which would be what? Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, the in January, which is really that celebration is the celebration of the idol called Janus, right? They that observe these things, lying vanities,
forsake their
are
own mercy.
forsaking their own mercy. So the first announcement we are going into is what the Most High has ordained holy days, real holidays, if you will. And our upcoming holy day, who can give me that? What's the next upcoming holy day? Well, I'm still trying to pull up the screen. What's our next upcoming holy day?
Feast dedication.
Feast of Dedication. Real quick, somebody get me the book of John, chapter, is it 10, verse 22? 10, verse 22. Our next upcoming holy day is the Feast of Dedication, which you can find and the in-depth account of in the book of First Maccabees and Second Maccabees. However, we're going here to the book of John to show that who the world calls Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahushua Mashiach, he didn't celebrate Christmas or Saturnalia or any other feast days that weren't ordained of the Most High. He celebrated the Feast of Dedication. Read that real quick.
John 10:22. And it was at Jerusalem, the Feast of Dedication, and it was winter.
And it was what?
And it was winter.
And it was winter. Go ahead.
And Jesus walked in the temple of Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews around about him and said unto him, How long dost thou make us doubt?
And that's good right there, actually. So that was just to show that our Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, who the world calls Jesus the Christ, he kept the Feast of Dedication, which is in the Hebrew tongue, Hanukkah. Yahushua Mashiach kept the Feast of Hanukkah, and guess what time that feast was? In the winter. You read in the book of First Maccabees, Second Maccabees, it was what was called the month of Caslu, the 25th day. The 25th day. So the same day that we've been given the false holiday, Christmas, is actually the same day that we rededicate the temple and where we get the Feast of Hanukkah, the holy day that we're actually supposed to be keeping in accordance with the laws, statutes, commandments, and word of the Most High Yahweh. We'll be celebrating that December the 26th as a camp. Everybody here will be having it here. If you watch online and you'd like to join us, get in touch with me or Yakanan, which will be going through our contact information here in a minute. Get in touch with us, and we'll see if we can share with you the location and get you in here. After that, we also celebrate the new moons in accordance with the Bible, and the next new moon will be January the 1st, and then after that, the Feast of Purim. Next announcement. We have the upcoming Hebrew Chosen Elect coat drive and giveaway. We'll be having it December the 21st at the parking lot at the corner of 24th and Market Streets here in Wilmington, Delaware. We're still up until then taking coat or winter apparel donations, also cash alms donations. If you can come in person, we accept cash, but a lot of people cannot, and you can donate through Cash App at hashtag BDANI01 and earmark that coat drive. So once again, December 21st, the corner of 24th and Market Streets, I believe will be starting at what time again? 11 a.m. until. So if you can come out, we hope to see you there. If you are going to donate and help us out. And that way we say in advance the water, and we appreciate your alms, deeds, and donations. Contact information. Like I was saying, you can contact me on Facebook at We Are Israel, in parentheses, Gemaria Yasharala.
You can contact Yakanan through Facebook at Brandon Daniels, parentheses, Yakanan Maccabee Yasharala. Also, we invite you to follow and join our Facebook group, The Rise of the Chosen. That's our contact information for Facebook. We also would ask for you to join us on YouTube, share, and subscribe to our content on YouTube. And that's on the screen, HCE Red Pill Reality, and also HCE Reloaded for content dealing with bringing out the truth of the scriptures. We're live right now on the AC Red Pill Reality page, YouTube page. And once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Help get this word out. And that's the content disclaimer. We don't need that. So that's it for announcements. The elder brought out a mighty class about the proper behavior of Israelite. And I hope if you're watching or watch this video that it was edifying. It was definitely, definitely needed, and it was definitely everything brought out was something that we all need to incorporate into our daily lives and the way we conduct ourselves. Like the elder said, we end by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. This has been our Shabbat class, Hebrew Chosen Elect, Wilmington, Delaware. And lastly, Shabbat Shalom and Kwam Yashala.
Okay.